brain atrophy, which means that our minds don't work. And what we have to even question whether we have been thinking the last 130-something years. From Emancipation Proclamation, which was 130 years and 95, so last 135 years, we must even think and see what we were even using thought at all, or what we was basically running off of was basically instinct, emotion. And then the white boy is not the specimen to base whether you are thinking on a rational level based on having him as a model, because he is a grown-up juvenile delinquent. So that means that we are doggone primary schoolers. But what we're saying is we got to even think whether what we even call thought itself. You see what I'm saying? That we probably haven't thought since they put our ass on the vote and knocked us in the head. And we literally have to push the envelope and say, am I really functioning on the normal level? You see what I'm saying? We must rebel against all comfort zones. We must question happiness. And we must rebel against happiness. Because it's your pursuit of happiness to get your ass in trouble. We must rebel against finances. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go and get some diapers and walk around with a big ass stick. But I'm talking about this mentality that I got to get all of this commercial shit just to be human is out of the question. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about bare basics. We got to rebel against what we even call being human. Because obviously our explanation of what is human is based off of what some European taught. We don't know. We don't know what our mind was previous to the European's mind. Because we know we have his mind now. We have to question everything. We even have to question love. What the fuck is that shit? And because the black woman is failing miserably at finding that motherfucking superficial love, then you gotta reject that shit. And maybe pain and suffering is the only clear and true thing that is on this planet. You said, oh, that's some crazy shit there. So let's say, reject love, reject humanity, reject happiness, even reject black people. Then you ask the question, wait a minute. You said, but this is insane. Yeah, it would be insane if you were a human. But let's say that you are God or some entity. Rejecting those things that I call a characteristic that make you human wouldn't be such a bad idea if you were God and somebody told you, your ass told you that you were human. You understand where I'm coming from here? You see the concept? Now, all the ancient mythology says that at one time you were advanced entities, rulers of the omniverse. So the things that I just told you, the things that fundamentally make you human, now if you were God, it wouldn't be no problem rejecting that shit. It's only when you are told that you are a doggone human, which in this case, obviously the God thing has got to register up because we fail miserably at being human. At least now. Shit can't work for us. Right? We the masters of screwing up everything. So if things don't work for us, that means in actuality, they're not supposed to work for us. And we must even question the very existence of reality.
Never. Never. Because you never know who a nigga truly is. In that moment, he may be walking around talking about Jesus as his Lord and Savior.